Okay, now, folks, I am taking you on a journey through Zhang's book, CU Key, Buddhist Records of the Western World, story of ancient India 1300 years ago. Very well written by the Chinese scholar Zhang, who came here. Now he starts his volume 2, CU Key Buddhist Records of the Western World, volume 2, from what the British have, pinpointed as Shravasti. Now, when the British pinpointed all these, identified all these sites, it was around 1850 to 1870, between this period. India wasn't mapped, and there was no road or railways that time, and there was no schools or colleges, so there was no educated Indian to help the Britishers. So, and the Britishers, they were smart. They were what you would call the old India hands. The old India hands, they had full knowledge of India. Well, they strutted around and they identified all these places in an unmapped country full of jungles, and Zhang starts off by which the British identify as Sravasti, and actually it is Garethi. The British have gone around 90 kilometers. They have missed the mark. 90 kilometers southwest of Shravasti is Garethi. Now, in Buddhist texts, the city which is being spoken about was east of a river, and Shravasti is west of the Rapti river. Folks, I have chosen Garethi Gurudutta. Garethi, the place's name is Garethi, which has been mispronounced in Buddhist texts as Savatthi. Now, Buddhist texts say that a sage called Savattha lived in Savatthi. Now, folks, Savattha and Savatthi, they sound Indian, but they aren't Indian words. They don't have any meaning. And it's clear that Savattha and Savatthi are a mispronunciation of some other Indian word. Now, which is that Indian word? Folks, it is Garethi, and the sage that lived in Garethi was Gurudutta. So, in Buddhist texts, the sage name was Savattha. In actuality, it is Gurudutta, Savattha Gurudutta, and town's name was Garethi, which mispronounced by Buddhists as Savatthi. So the Britishers, of course, they knew of a few, towns which were in front of them, villages which were in front of them. So they chose Shravasti, and next to Shravasti is Sahet Mahet, which the Britishers chose Sahet as the Jeta one. The Britishers did not realize that India was so advanced, and this religion was so well healed that there would be stupas with the names still existing. So, folks, this is Garethi Gurudutta is the real Garethi is the real Shravasti. Now, to prove Garethi is the real Shravasti, you have to identify the preaching hall which King Pasenadi made for the Buddha. You have to identify the Sangrama, which King Prasenadi made for the Buddha. You have to identify Sudatta's house. You have to identify Angulimal Stupa. Of course, Angulimal Stupa they have falsely identified. See, the Britishers, what they did, they didn't have the ability to, decipher names, words on the ground, the village names. So they simply would, take a brick. It's ancient, belongs to the so-and-so period and so-and-so period, do some carbon testing and give a verdict that this is Anand's stupa or something or the other. No, that names were there. So you have to have the name of, Jetavan. You have to have the name of many more places which are all available in the area around Garethi. So folks, now I will be taking you on a pleasant journey through the rail Shravasti, which is Garethi. Folks, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Okay.